जय श्री माता जी। आज मंडे सहस्त्रार का दिन है। सो हम सहस्त्रार की प्रे करेंगे। हम बंधन लेंगे, श्री माता जी के सामने दोनों हाथ आगे करके प्रे करेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, ये सहस्त्रार आप ही का है। आप ही आत्मा साक्षात्कार देकर हमारी सहस्त्रार को खोला है और हमको अपने चैतन्य किया है, जिससे कि हम सारे सहयोगी और सहयोगिनी आपकी राहों में चलकर अपने पंच तत्व के शरीर से षड्रिपु को कंट्रोल कर पाया है। और श्री माता जी हमारी सहस्त्रार को खोलकर चैतन्य लहरी को आनंदोनुभव द्वारा अपने सर्वोत्तम उपाय सिखाया है। श्री माता जी हमारे अंदर अहंकार प्रति अहंकार को तोड़कर आप हमारी सहस्त्रार को खोला है, हमको चैतन्य किया है। संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्त्रार पर एक स्पीच सुनाइए। जय श्री माता जी।
Sahasrara is the one to be preserved by putting left to the right, right to the left and everything, opening it out, but by recognition. With introspection also you can ask, why can't I recognize that way? Why can't I do that way? What is my interest? To keep the Sahasrara open is in a way very easy as well as difficult. As you have known in the Devi Mahatmya, that at Sahasrare, Mahamaya comes. She is a Mahamaya. So at the Sahasrara, to recognize the Mahamaya is another vicious circle. You may say that why should it be Mahamaya? Should have been better as startlingly some other form. But any other form could not have worked out Sahaja Yoga in modern times. Because people would have been frightened and upset. And they would never have taken to Sahaja Yoga because they had no discretion already within them to know what is right, what is wrong. That is why it had to be in the Mahamaya form. In the Mahamaya form, you have to recognize. This is another test. Because Mahamaya you cannot recognize, while you have to recognize. But in Sahaja Yoga you have seen so many photographs which should convince you people mentally about this Mahamaya Swarupa. You can see mentally, you can understand there's something very different. The working of these Chaitanya waves is very interesting. They are normally formed like small commas, but then they go into different forms. They make themselves into swastikas as the four-limbed symbol of innocence, or they become the Omkara, as you know how Om is written, which is the symbol of our doing, our awareness. So when they form the swastika, they try to nourish the left side, and when they form the Omkara, they nourish the right side. Left and right sympathetic nervous system, they nourish. But sahasrara is to be kept open is rather difficult for people. This is one way. Another way is that you start seeing the blessings and you start seeing how you become so progressively better materially, physically, emotionally and spiritually. Still on a mental level, most of the people recognize. But unless and until it is recognized in the heart, it's no recognition. That's why we have music, art. All these things start opening your heart. But still it is not recognition, because recognition is a mental activity of the heart. If you are a Christian, born in a Christian family, as soon as I see the photograph of Christ, immediately you feel it's Christ, something, yeah. Or if you are a Hindu, if you see the photograph of Sri Rama, immediately you know it's Sri Ram. You see, that's a kind of a thing, recognition in the heart. But the recognition of somebody living with you is very, very difficult. And you live on the cusp of your mental activities only. But to go deep down into your heart, what should we do? People tell. Now you must remember that heart is absolutely connected with brain. Absolutely connected. Now, what experience you should have to build that in your heart is the point. And the experience is of your own divinity, of your own spirituality. Once you start developing that experience, then you know that you are a divine person. So first you have to recognize yourself to be a divine person, to have faith in yourself. But if you become introspective and meditative, then you touch that divinity within you. When you touch that divinity, you know you are a divine person. So in Sahasrara Puja, actually, you have to recognize your own divinity, that you are divine, by experiencing your divinity. How do you experience your divinity? That you give realization to others. In Upanishads like Shandilya Upanishad, Kantopanishad, it was this, that once you know the Brahma, then all the outside things like wearing a thread of Yagyopavita and all that should be thrown away. It's not necessary. Because now you've got the sutra within yourself. Then you should give up all those outward things. Because inside is all built in now, is expressing itself. And such a person automatically becomes a yogi of a very high caliber. But this is the faith with experience, not a blind faith. Faith with experience and through introspection. Why do I do this? Why should I do like this? Why should you do like that? Is introspection should start. When you are introspecting, then this depth moves further, but more through meditation. That's why I always tell you that please get up in the morning, do your meditation, and get up in the evening and do your meditation. At least before going to bed, you should get to it. That's the only way you can go deeper into your divinity, which is the source of all creativity, source of all the innocence, is the source of all the knowledge and the source of all the joy. Ascend, and if you are the foundation of that new age which is going to transform the whole world, we'll have to work hard. We shouldn't say, I don't know how to get up in the morning, I don't know. You are on a war path. You are soldiers now. And you have to work it out if you have to fight the forces of ignorance and darkness. This has to be worked out. This has to be paid attention to. So what you have to do is to absolutely decide within yourself today that we are going to work it out in such a way that we all will become very powerful servants. And through us, the whole world is going to be saved.
हे वरदान तुम्हाला मिळालेलं आहे, फक्त ते जपून ठेवलं पाहिजे, त्याच्यावर मेहनत केली पाहिजे. आणि सगळ्यात मुख्य म्हणजे दुसऱ्यांना दिलं पाहिजे. एक तर तुम्ही अनुभवून होत नाही. हा अमृताचा पेला तुमच्या तोंडात आहे, तो दुसऱ्यांच्याही जाऊ देत, दुसऱ्यांनाही भलं वाटू देत, त्यांचंही भलं होऊ देत. म्हणून सर्व सहयोगांनी प्रयत्न केला पाहिजे की आम्ही दुसऱ्यांनाही सहयोगात उतरू. सगळ्या जगात सहयोग पसरला आहे, तो फार थोडा आहे, आणखी पसरायला पाहिजे. ख्रिस्त फक्त 12 शिष्य होते आणि त्याने ख्रिस्ती एवढी वाढवली, पण केवढ्या चुका झाल्या, त्याच्या पुष्कळ चुका झाल्या. की जेव्हा तुम्ही सहयोग पसरवता तेव्हाच्या चुका करून सरळ धोपट मार्गाने हे काही कठीण नाही आहे.